Welcome everybody, herzlich willkommen, bienvenue, marhaba bikum. So all languages to say hello, but we will continue now in English. Welcome once again. I'm very happy that you are here. We have seen that there's really a very, very big demand on this topic, a very big number of inscriptions here for this seminar, and we are really very happy, and I hope that this seminar will be beneficial for you. So what we will do today, we will have a closer look about the German research landscape. We will get to know how it works to do a PhD in Germany, what are the paths, and of course we will have a closer look on the funding opportunities from the DAAD and also from other German organizations. Before I begin, some organizational issues. First of all, this online seminar is now recorded and will be available in a couple of days on our YouTube channel, DAAD Tunisie. We will write you now in the chat box the direct link of our YouTube channel. You will find there lots of other recordings from other topics regarding research and study and research in Germany. And this recording will also be there. So, Celine, you can hear me, yeah? Because I got here the feedback that someone cannot hear me. So, okay, my colleague in the technical support said that she can hear me well. So if you have a problem, try it with headsets, try it with another device maybe. But I think normally the sound is okay here in our office. So once again, this seminar is now recorded, will be available in a couple of days on our YouTube channel, and we will write you the direct link in the chat box immediately, just a couple of seconds. You will get at the end of my presentation one brochure, it's called How to Do a PhD. It's a brochure made by the Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research, the German Ministry of Scientific Research, and you will find there all the information you have heard here in a very detailed form. And it's really a very useful brochure, so please download it at the end. We cannot send it to you via email because it's a very heavy brochure. It could not be sent via email. And one last information about the way we will do the seminar today. I will give you some input. I will give you some information through my slides I prepared for you. The slides are in English, I will talk in English, and then at the end of my presentation, you will have the opportunity to ask your questions. You can ask your questions also in Arabic, in French, or also in German, and I will try to answer them all in English, that everyone can understand us. You can write your questions in the chat box. You can see on the right below. Write the question there. I will read this question loudly, and everyone could benefit from the answer. So let's begin now. This will be the content of today. We will begin with the first point, the DAAD. The DAAD is the organization I represent today. My name is Saha Neja. I've forgotten to introduce myself, and I work for the DAAD, the organization I will present you today. So DAAD is an abbreviation. It means Deutscher Akademischer Austauschdienst. It's a German abbreviation, and it means in English, German Academic Exchange Service. In French, it would be Office Allemand d'Échange Universitaire. We are an independent organization of German universities. It means independent means that we get our budget from different German ministries, but we do not belong to a certain German party, for example. That's why we are independent. The members of the DAAD are first of all universities, but also some research institutes and student bodies. You can see here one of our buildings in the headquarters in Bonn. Bonn is the former capital of Germany, and we have also a second office in Germany, which is in Berlin, in the capital. But besides the two offices or the two structures we have in Germany, there are lots of other structures all over the world. We have regional offices, information centers, and also information points that are available in more than 60 countries worldwide. And one of these structures is located in Tunis. This is the DAAD Regional Office in the Maghreb, or for the Maghreb. So we are located in Tunis, but are responsible not only for Tunisia, but also for Algeria, Libya, and Morocco. And besides our office, we also have lectures and language assistants. We have 2 lectures in Tunisia, 1 lecture in Algeria, and 2 lectures in Morocco. And lectures teach the German language in the Maghreb, for example, and they also represent the DAAD. That means that they offer information about study and research in Germany, about the scholarship opportunities, and give also regularly consultings in their offices in the universities. So our activities are very diverse. We offer, first of all, information about study and research in Germany. This is our main task we do here. And we do it online, like, for example, today. But we do it also offline when we are invited to several universities where they have where the universities organizes an info day, a forum, or any other event. When they invite us, we check if we can come. Of course, we are a small team, but we always try to be present if the time schedule allows it. This is the first point. We offer also consultings for universities and institutions because we have a very strong pillar regarding the cooperation programs. We offer lots of cooperation programs where we finance cooperations between university cooperations between, for example, Tunisia and Germany, Algeria and Germany, Morocco and Germany, and so on. We are also partners for ministries and for the industry, because we have, for example, special cooperation programs where the industry should be implied in this partnership. And there are lots of other activities like networking events. We do lots of issues for our alumni, the former scholarship holders. We do lots of marketing. For example, this week by Saturday and Sunday, we will take part in a fair here in Tunis and also in Sfax. We offer trainings for university teachers and advanced students. We take part in different events, always related to the higher education and scientific research. So this is an overview about our activities here in the Maghreb. Let's continue now with the second point, the German research landscape. I will be only able to give you a very brief information about the German research landscape. You will get a deeper look when you download the brochure that we will give you at the end of this presentation. I would like to give you an impression about the research landscape in Germany by offering to you some facts and figures. First of all, we have almost 1,000 institutions for science and research. They are either publicly funded or complete public. There are more than 400 research networks and different clusters in which research could be done, and more than 708,000 staff in research and development, R&D, and these are academic staff. It means, for example, researchers, but also administrative staff, of course. We have more than 46,000 patent registrations in Germany, and Germany occupies here worldwide the 5th place, which is also for which we also are very proud. And last but not least, we have more than 400 institutions of higher educations. More than 400 universities are available in Germany. Where could you do your research? There are three ways to do research or to do your PhD in Germany. First of all, you can do it in a university, so research at institutions of higher education. We have more than 200 universities that award doctorates, more than 200 universities where you can do your doctorate. And there are some other universities where you also can do your doctorate, but they need a partnership with another university which have this authorization to award a doctorate. So really a big possibility or various possibility to do your PhD. There's also a possibility to do your PhD in the industry. There are some big companies where they offer applied research, where you can do your research there and be supervised there and get your PhD in cooperation with another university, of course. And last but not least, there are the non-university research facilities. There are lots of structures that are not universities but research center. They are non-university research centers where research could be done. And we will offer you here now the so-called Big Four. So the Big Four are research centers, non-university research centers, where research could be done, a PhD, a postdoc, and so on. And we call them the Big Four because they are the biggest one, the biggest centers where research could be done. And maybe you have already heard about one of them, like, for example, the Max Planck Society, the Fraunhofer Society, the Leibniz Association, and also the Helmholtz Association. We have put you here the different links. You will find them also on the end. At the end of the presentation. And just one information, they are the Big Four. We call them the Big Four, but they have all different accentuations. There are centers like, for example, the Max Planck Society, which has the focus more on the basic research. And we have, for example, the Fraunhofer Society, which is a very applied, which is an organization which is focused on the applied research. So really different approaches you find there with different accentuations and different fields you can find there. Just have a closer look on their links. They are really full of important information. So this was the information regarding the research landscape. And now we'll try to be a little bit more practical and have a look on how to do a doctorate in Germany. What are the different ways, for example. But before you decide to do your doctorate in Germany, you are normally in the state of finishing the master. And you maybe think about working after the master or doing research, doing a PhD. And this is a very important step in your life because doing a doctorate is really a very big project which dures lots of time, which needs lots of efforts, needs high motivation, and needs to have a very autonomous mind also. So we have put you here some questions you can ask yourself. And if you will answer the majority of this question with a yes, then I would encourage you to do your doctorate. And if the majority would be more no, then in this case, I would invite you to think more about the idea and look for an alternative maybe. So just check it. Doing research is fun for me. Or I have no problem with working on my own for a long period. If you say yes, then maybe it's a good idea for you. Then I'm capable of laying down work plans for myself. I'm constantly adhering to them. If you say yes, okay, then maybe it's really a good idea. And another example here, I can well imagine working in research at some points in the future. If you say here yes as well, then maybe doing a doctorate is a good idea for you. So these are just some examples. Check the questions for your own and see whether you say here mostly yes or mostly no. In Germany, there are two ways to do a doctorate, two paths to do a doctorate. There is the traditional one and the structured one. And let's begin with the traditional or the individual one. And maybe it's already known, the individual doctoral programs, because these are the most common ways to do a doctorate in Germany. More than 90% of the doctorates in Germany are done through the individual doctoral programs. And maybe you know it in your home country already, but I would like to highlight the most important aspects in this doctorate form. So first of all, you will be supervised by a university professor, by a supervisor. This is what we call in Germany the Doktorvater or the Doktormutter, Vater for father and Mutter for mother. So you can see how the word is, in which way we have here the emotions in this word, because it's really a long and important period, and the supervisor would be the most important person in your life normally. That's why we have here this nice word, Doktorvater and Doktormutter. You need to find out in advance this supervisor and need to check if this supervisor suits well to the idea you will work on or not. So you need to check it, you need to contact him or her, you need to have some appointments, virtual appointments, maybe together in advance and so on. The doctoral candidates work in the individual doctoral programs independently. It means you work by your own, but you have different appointments together with your Doktorvater, your Doktormutter, and have different meetings and discuss the advancement and the progress together, but you work by your own. This kind of doctoral type needs really an autonomous mind, and it needs that you have a very good organizational skill and also a high degree of self-discipline, because you need to work constantly without being controlled. And last but not least, this kind of doctoral form provides for the candidates the freedom to explore their research interests in more depth, because you work by your own. You check what is really your interest, where you really want to go more in more depth, and so on. So it gives you really lots of freedom and so on. The second type I would like to show you here are the structured doctoral programs. And for about 10% of this type are offered in Germany to do a PhD there. And you will there normally be integrated into a program with a fixed structure similar to other degree programs. It is like, for example, you will do a master degree, you will enter into a group where everything is fixed, you have a schedule and so on. And for this structured programs, it's the same thing. You cannot work or put the accent where you want, but everything is already prepared. It's structured. That's why we have this name. You will participate then in a research training group or in a graduate school or in an international doctoral program. These are the three types where you will be integrated then. And you will have the intensive support from a group of academic staff. It means that you will not only have one supervisor, but normally a whole group of supervisors, different persons who could be your supervisor, where you can get the advice, the recommendations, where you can ask. So it's a very interactive and interdisciplinary work in this way. And the common language in this kind of doctorates is normally English. We have here very strong international orientation with English as the team language. So these were the two paths, the two kinds how you can do your doctorate in Germany. You need to decide what you want and what is available, of course. Because spots are always limited, and you need to check where you can get your place. In this moment, I would like to show you here another opportunity, what we call the PhD Germany database. It means we have here this database, and you find there at the moment almost 90 positions where you have already a fixed theme, a fixed subject, which is proposed by a certain university teacher, a certain professor who needs normally doctoral candidates in his chair. This is normally the way how it works, and you find them here in this database. Just check what is available at the moment. Is there something that fits to your profile or not? And you find here the link. We'll write you this link also in the chat box, phdgermany.de. And in this way, you can just click on it and check later if there's something that fits to your profile or not. Let's summarize now what is important before we check the next point. First of all, if you have already finished your master, you have worked maybe in a certain, you have worked normally in a certain field, you had a certain accentuation, and you need for the PhD to be more specific, to find the field. So we have put here for you the 4 finds: find the field, find the supervisor, find the project, find the financial resources. Regarding find the fields, this is the most crucial issue and the most important issue in my opinion. That's why we have begun with it, and we have put it here in number 1. So find the field, find the right subject where you want to go in a deeper way, where you want to do your research, and where you want to pass the next 4 or 5 years of your life in. So this is the most important issue. Then the second most important issue is to find the supervisor. So, and here I always get the question, but how can I find a supervisor? I would like to do my research in Germany. I'm very interested in it, but I cannot find a supervisor. Can you help me? Can you offer me a supervisor? And here I need to answer with no. We are an scholarship organization. We can fund excellent stays for someone who wants to do his or her PhD in Germany, but we cannot look for you for a supervisor. But we can give you some advices. I think the most easiest way to do it is to do a research via Google. So you do your research via Google, you check, you write down your field, you write down the country you want to do the research, for example, Germany, and then you will get maybe some results, and you can then contact the supervisors directly. And here I would like to give you a recommendation because I got already lots of feedback also from German professors who tell me that they got really lots of emails, lots of demands to be supervised. And they always say the same thing. They say, if I get only a very general email, like, dear sir, I would like to be supervised in the topic X, they say, I just delete the email and I go to the next. So this will not get their interest. It's very important that you show to the supervisor that you have done a research, that you have looked for him, that you have chosen him or her exactly for the reason X, for example. And it always needs to be win-win. So the supervisor will not only supervise you just to support you, but he or her will supervise you to also get some results, maybe interesting results that he or she could not get without you, and you need to highlight it. This is a very, very important message I would like to give to you, because I get this feedback regularly from German professors when I meet them, when they talk about this issue. So this is the second point. The third most important point we have here is to find the project. So once you have identified the supervisor, you need then to check with him on which project you can exactly work. How could it be defined? How far do you want to go? What would be done in a very detailed form and what will be done maybe only in a less detailed form? I don't know. So all these aspects should be discussed with your supervisor then. And last but not least, find the financial resources. Of course, if you want to go to Germany as an international PhD candidate, you need to get some money to do your research there. And there are different ways to get financial resources in Germany. And I would like to present them now to you. So this is an overview about our scholarship programs we have. We'll have only a closer look on the PhD programs. And let's begin with the first program, the program Research Grants. This is our general program for PhD. If you have already finished your master degree with excellent grades and you want to do your PhD at a university or at a non-university research institute in Germany in an individual program or through a structured doctoral program, then you can apply for this program. It's important that we always look for the best students, excellent students. That's why we check, of course, your application, we check the file, we see what you have done in the baccalaureate, what you have done through the first and the second cycle, what about extracurricular activities, what about the language skills, and so on. And we offer in this program 4 different types. It's open to all fields without restriction. You can do a PhD in sports, you can do a PhD in physics, in mathematics, in engineering, in medicine, really in almost all fields, normally in all fields, not almost, in all fields could be done your PhD, and it could be then also financed through this program when you will be selected. Then we have here 4 different types. We have the full doctoral program, so we can fund here a period of maximum 4 years. You always get the funding for 1 year, then we check your results, we check your progress, and then there could be an extension for the 2nd and 3rd and also the 4th year, and then you need to finish. We also have the type binationally supervised program. This means that you do your PhD through different stays. It means that you will be enrolled in your home country, and then you have different stays between your home country and also Germany. Then we have the so-called 1-year program. Same thing, you are enrolled in your home country and you will go for 1 year to Germany to finish your research in the framework of your PhD. And short-term grants means the same thing. You need to be enrolled in your home country and then could benefit from a short stay between 1 month and 6 months in the framework of your PhD. The application deadline will be 31st of August 2023, and the program is open now since a couple of days. No, because we have 4 different links. And all scholarship programs are available on our scholarship database. So we can give you here the scholarship database funding-guide.de, and you will find then on this scholarship database the 4 different types: the 1-year program, the short-term program, binationally supervised program, and also the full doctoral program. So if you want to apply for it, just don't hesitate to contact us if you need further information. The next program I would like to show you here is a program that is a co-financement between the DAAD and the German Aerospace Center, the DLR Center. This is a program which is very specific because it's open to 4 fields: space, aeronautics, energy, and transportation. And you can do your research only in one of the DLR centers. For the other program, research grants, it was completely open to all universities and all research centers. Here, only for the 4 fields and only for the different DLR centers we have. You can do only a whole PhD for 36 months. And you always find the current offers on our scholarship database, funding-guide.de, or the direct link could be daad.de/DLR. You need to check what offers are at the moment available through this link here. I have forgotten, unfortunately, one other program which should normally be integrated here. This is a very new program, and it's called the ERA Green Hydrogen. If you want to do parts of your, really only parts and not a whole PhD, parts of your PhD in Germany, and you work in the field of green hydrogen, then you can apply for this program. There is no application deadline, and all registration is available on our scholarship database. So we will look for the direct link for the ERA Green Hydrogen on funding-guide.de. You will find the 3 different programs, one for the master program, one for the postdoc program, and one for the PhD program. We will give you the program that is available on the scholarship database. Go through the scholarship database, funding-guide.de. We will give you now the direct link of only for the PhD program. So these were the 3 different programs we offer for the second one. Yeah, the second. So the link will be for the green hydrogen will be immediately available in the chat box. Just check it. It's really important and interesting, I think, for those who work in the green hydrogen, but it's only open for Tunisians and Moroccans. Maybe I have forgotten to add this information too, because it's a program funded through the European Union together with the DAAD. These were all the information we had. All the scholarship programs from the DAAD. Let's have now a closer look on the scholarship programs that are offered through other German organizations. There are lots of opportunities. There are funding opportunities through the Länder, the federal states. There are funding opportunities from the federal government, from the state. There are funding opportunities from political foundations. And you need to know that if, for example, in Tunisia, we have all political foundations here with their representation. There are funding opportunities from the industry. I've already mentioned it, that a PhD in the industry is also possible. And last but not least, there are also funding opportunities coming from universities. And I got, for example, yesterday, I got a new call from German universities where some scholarships in different fields, natural sciences and so on, are available. And we will put them then immediately on our Facebook, DAAD Tunisie. My colleague will give you the direct link of our Facebook, and it will be in a couple of days available. So all calls we get from other German partners when it's really a scholarship, we put the calls normally on our Facebook site, DAAD Tunisie, and it's really worth it to have a closer look on them. And all the opportunities I've given you here are available on our scholarship database, DAAD Tunisie. excuse me, not DAAD Tunisie, on the scholarship database funding-guide.de. So this is our database. We have different funding opportunities. You need to filter your research by giving your home country, your intention. For example, you want to do a PhD or an internship, or if you want to study, you need to give the field in which you work, and then you will get all the results and have the detailed description for all programs. If you will click on DAAD funding opportunities only, you will only get the programs I presented you in a detailed form. And if you will not click on it, then you will get the funding opportunities that come from the DAAD, first of all, and then the funding opportunities from the other German organizations. Further information before I have a closer look on your questions. I invite you to have a closer look on the link researchingermany.org, and we'll write you the direct link in the chat box, because this is the link where you find all the important information about how to do a PhD in Germany. And this is a link which is made by the German Ministry of Higher Education and Scientific Research. So all information you can find there are good information, well-researched information, and these are information where you can really rely on it. And here, the save the date. So if you want to get more information after this session from us, you can call us via phone. We are available every Wednesday and every Friday from 2 to 3:30 on Wednesday, and Friday normally in the morning. We'll be in Tunis and Sfax in what we call Salon de l'Orientation, where we'll give also some information, have also a conference. Friday will be in Tunis, and Sunday will be in Sfax. And we offer on a regular basis online seminars with German universities. Next time it would be with three universities. German university will introduce themselves, and it will be normally in November. So here's some useful links, and now to send us an email. So you can see here our email address, info@daad.tn. Send us an email with your question or call us. We will be available via phone tomorrow between 2 and 3:30, and you have here the phone number. You can also call us via WhatsApp if you are not from Tunisia, and just ask your question via phone, or you have here the number, or once again, send us an email, info@daad.tn, and we will be happy to answer you. I would like to thank you really very cordially for your interest, for all your interaction. I can see that there's really a very big interest to do a PhD in Germany. Thank you very, very much for this. I was really very impressed by the quality of questions, by the quality of interactions from you. I hope that it was benefit for you. I tried to give you an overview about how to do a PhD in Germany during 60 minutes. It's not so easy because it's a very complicated topic, and I hope that it was okay for you, that you get your first impression. And if you then have further questions, if you need then more input from our side, we are available for you. Just send us an email, come to our office, but fix an appointment before every Thursday. We are here for you to answer your questions during your appointment. Call us every Wednesday if you are interested. So there are many ways to get more information from us. Today was the starting point with information about the PhD, and I think more information could be offered to you later on. Thank you very much. I also thank my colleague Sirin for technical support. Thank you, Sirin, very much. And I wish you now a very pleasant day. Bye-bye.